Yo, what's up with y'all, bro? Back with another video, gang. Today is, I'm pretty sure, October 21st, 2025, bro. Been a couple weeks since I picked up the camera, bro, but I know I'm gonna start being more consistent with these videos, gang. I know I honestly enjoy doing these videos too, bro, so I feel like they kind of keep me on track, bro. They kind of keep me, aligned with what I want. So I'm gonna make sure I, stay on track, stay locked in with these videos, bro. If you're someone that actually genuinely fucks with my videos and someone that looks forward to my videos and the help I offer in them, my apologies, bro. Feel me? I've been gone for a little minute. I'm gonna make sure I pick it back up though, bro. At least a video every week, gang. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, post notifications, bro. I'm gonna be dropping so much game on this channel along with just content and a bunch of other shit, bro. So but today's video, you probably saw in the title, gang, it's just a bunch of things that I wish I knew before starting my clothing brand, or just like honestly this video is probably just gonna be the hard things about owning a clothing brand and just the hard parts that I've experienced since starting my own brand and scaling it, owning it for about a year and all that. I'm out of town right now. Background might look a bit crazy, you feel what I'm saying? But first things first, bro. Hard part I think about like starting a clothing brand that a bunch of people kind of just brush off, gang, is that owning a clothing brand is a business, you know what I mean? So like I feel like most people just try to look at it as a side hustle or just like a quick little hustle to make money, bro. Which I mean, I guess it could be used as that, but I feel like if you look at a clothing brand in the bigger picture from the start, like it's an actual business and could turn into something that could make you a lot of money, bro, and potentially even change your life, bro. So I just feel like that's one of the hard things about owning a clothing brand, if you're someone that actually takes it serious, is that it's an actual business, bro. So if you're someone like me that started it with no past experience or just any types of thing to do with business, bro, I was just a kid growing up that wanted to, do something with my life, make money, be successful. And I saw that e-com was popping, clothing brands, people were making money off it, people were making livings off it, so I hopped on it. And as I slowly had my clothing brand and continued to work, really, trial and error, bro. That's how I learned realistically, is just taking the losses, turning them into lessons, and just trucking on as I went, bro. Didn't know anything about managing finances, bro. Didn't know nothing about marketing, didn't know anything to do in a business aspect, bro. I just started it and learned as I went, and that's a hard thing, bro. I feel like if you're someone like me that does that and you're clicking on this video to obviously learn, then it's gonna be hard, bro. You just gotta accept it. You just gotta be willing to learn. And whenever shit gets hard, whenever you get that bump in the road, bro, you don't give up. You feel what I'm saying? You keep moving, keep trucking, keep learning, and shit will work out in your favor sooner than later. Is owning a clothing brand, it could be draining at a point, you know what I mean? Because you'll be working to get results and to get that one good drop for so long, bro. But like I said, if you don't know the key parts, if you're not learning stuff, if you're not actually taking it serious, bro, you're just gonna keep running into that same brick wall over and over and over again. And that shit could be frustrating, gang. That's honestly what happened to me before I started taking it serious, bro. Whenever I was just winging it, doing stuff that I thought was right, I just kept hitting that brick wall every single drop, bro. And that shit's annoying. That shit is honestly a point in the journey that I felt was one of the hardest to overcome, as far as like wanting to give up, you know what I mean? So yeah, bro, that's just something that you gotta thug it out. After that point, after you keep trucking, bro, things get better. Don't get me wrong, I'm not where I want to be at. I haven't got the craziest results that I want yet, but I know it's coming, bro. I've been gradually getting better, drop by drop, and I feel like I've learned enough and went through enough losses to come on here and tell you guys what not to do, or what you can do, or what can help you, or what you can expect. So that's pretty much why I started making these videos, bro. So don't just think I'm saying shit out my ass to get views or something. I'm actually being serious, gang. The clothing brand game, not only is it most saturated, but it's competitive, bro. There's new brands being made every day, hundreds of brands being made every week, you know what I mean? So like, you just gotta learn, you gotta know it's gonna take time. The clothing brand space is most definitely not a get rich quick scheme, bro. So if you're someone that started a clothing brand and haven't got results yet, or you expected to make $20,000 in a month right away, I'm telling you, bro, that usually don't happen. Like I said, bro, you just gotta take the losses to the chin, turn them into lessons, and you'll be alright, bro. Another hard thing, bro, that I thought was probably the hardest part of owning a clothing brand or starting my clothing brand or just getting traction with my clothing brand was just marketing, bro. The marketing aspect, in my opinion, that's probably the most important thing you need to know while having a clothing brand or trying to run and scale a clothing brand. Is the marketing is probably number one, bro. Once you get your target audience, know who you're trying to sell to, you need to develop your marketing funnel. You need to figure out how you're going to pretty much sell the items to your customer, bro. And that could even, you'll run into roadblocks sometimes mid-drop or at the late periods of your drops. You're going to see how like the traction kind of slows down, bro, and it just gets harder and harder and harder to get orders, and all these frustrating things that, you know, make you want to give up. And this just all has to do with marketing, bro. So if you're someone that masters marketing, learns it, and prioritizes it, bro, you're going to just, you know, have a whole lot more happy times with your clothing brand, bro. How do I tell you? Marketing is definitely one of the most important things that you need to learn whilst having your clothing brand. Another hard thing that I feel like a lot of brand owners never ever talk about for some reason, bro, is the taxes part, gang. If you're someone that don't know what to do with taxes and you're just hella stressed out whenever you start making money with your brand, don't worry, bro, you'll be all right. Just after you get to that point where, you know, you're like, damn, I feel like I should probably start paying taxes, bro, you're making a good amount profit. This is whenever I would tell you, bro, just to get a fucking accountant, bro. It's so stressful, and if you or your family don't know nothing about taxes, or you don't have no one that could help you manage your finances and help with your taxes, bro, just get an accountant, gang. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna cost you more money, bro, but at the end of the day, it's gonna save you stress, save you that headache, bro. So taxes, gang, that shit could be just confusing, stressful, all that. But like I said, bro, once you get to that point where you're worried about them, you'll be all right. Get an accountant and you'll be straight. All right, bro, and honestly, this is the last part of this video, but the hardest thing about owning a brand, especially in the early stages like where I'm at right now, is you're gonna find yourself doing everything, bro. Like, genuinely designing, talking to manufacturers, placing orders, managing social medias, making content, like all these things, bro. It's stressful, gang. But if I had any advice for you so you can kind of, you know, do it a little easier, bro, is set a set schedule, bro. So one day you'll do this, next day you'll do this, next day you'll do these things, and try to stick to that as best you can, bro. Because if you do that, I promise you, you're gonna be on track. Journal, bro. Mark your progress. Retrack your progress. Look where you went wrong. Look what you could do better, bro. Analytics, and that's pretty much the best way you could stay on track with just doing everything at once. Because, bro, in the early stages, you're gonna literally be everything in your brand, bro. You're gonna be the creative director, the manager, the this, that, everything, bro. You're gonna be doing everything at once. So just set a planner, a schedule, try to follow that every day. Because I'm not gonna lie, bro, whenever I would just, you know, stroll through my days and not have a schedule, just do what I think or do whatever I thought I was doing was right, I was running in circles, bro. I wasn't doing anything productive that was actually gonna keep me moving forward, bro. So make sure you get a schedule, follow it, and yeah, bro, those are just some things that I figured and that I thought were the hardest parts since I've started my brand. Just a list of those things that, you know, y'all could maybe learn in, take in, and could help y'all with y'all's brands. But yeah, make sure y'all check out the description, bro. 1-to-1 is filling up with more and more mentees, bro. So make sure you hop in before Q4 ends, bro. We got a lot of sales coming up, a lot of things that you're gonna want to hop on, because you could print like a lot of these mentees, bro. So go to the description, hop on track with us, bro, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, post notice, bro. I appreciate all y'all. Like I said, more videos gonna be coming every week, so I appreciate y'all, bro. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace out, bro.